What are these? Anything you want it to be, I'm going to call it clients. Right? Different clients and different contracts. I've got two types of contracts. A labor-only contract and a labor and parts as well as material. So at least in my contracts folder or in my contracts data store, I should have a contract number. I should have what? A description. I should have a client number so that I can see what contract belongs to which client. Okay, I must have a total value as well as a labor rate.
Just pretend it's not this.
I must have a labor rate. A labor rate, who's the labor rate for? The labor rate is for who? It's for the?
Client.
The client. Who's the labor rate for women? They sit and record when you're moving.
Ja, so, listening.
Put yourself there also. I'm asking Munib Rabani Dagakot, I'm asking you. Somewhere you are watching this video. Please don't. And Robin, he couldn't answer this question. The labor rate is for the subcontractor. Okay? No, you didn't. Skasraat, I asked you who is it, and they couldn't subcontractor. Right? The claim rate is what? Is to the? It's not the clients, it's to the clients. Okay? And then your total squares. Right? Now somehow you're going to have to keep track of total completed as well as balance outstanding. Are you with me?
Yes,
right? So it would make sense if somehow you would have a field that kept track of how many squares you've completed. Okay? As well as the balance
Outstanding.
and now your value outstanding. And then value claim. No, not really. Of material. Now I don't want that to do with my contract. That only changes my claim rate. Are you with me? If it's just labor, my claim rate is going to be less. But if it's labor and material, my claim rate is going to be higher. So my stock is kept different from my contract. You can have in your description, you can say, this is the 2010 World Cup Stadium in Gauteng. I'm going to use asbestos. Okay? But your stock is kept separately. So now you know this contract requires asbestos and it's going to require 1,000 square meters. Are you with me, Peter? Right? So somewhere in your stock you're going to have 1,000 square meters available. But you should have a stock table. You're going to look here, but can you see there's some fields that I'm not mentioning. So in every contract that you get, you need a contract number. You agree?
Yes.
You will see here that I don't have a primary key indicated. But I'm assuming you know that every table must have a primary key. I'm only highlighting the keys that I'm going to use in my program. So I'm going to need a contract number, and I've showed you how to create a unique key in the bookshop. Right? I'm going to have a description, a client number, and this client number is not a primary key, it's not auto-generated. I'm responsible for this client number. Me, the developer, or in your case, you are the remedial developer. This total value is numeric, it's a currency. The labor rate is also a currency. In other words, I'm claiming 100 rand a square meter, etc., etc. Obviously, these two, your total value and your total square meter somewhere, that is also here. If you multiply this with this, it should give you that value. So don't be stupid. Don't claim 1,200 rand labor rate and then you don't have money in there. It doesn't add up. Munib, do you understand that? So if you claim, your claim rate is 10 rand a square meter and you have 1,000 square meters, what is the total value possible?
10,000. 10,000.
10,000. Now you got it. And you can't have a claim rate of 10 rand a square, what is it? A claim rate of 10 rand a square meter and your labor rate is 12 rand. Why not?
Because then you're going to not make a profit.
You're not making a profit. You're paying your subcontractors more than you are a complete idiot. You are a remedial business owner. So part of your programmatic checks, your defensive programming, you should cater for that kind of thing. So yes, because people make mistakes. You should let them know, look here, your labor rate is then more than your claim rate. Are you sure this is how you want to do this? Yes or no? What? What? What is that?
He said you can't question Cecil.
You can't question Cecil.
That's what he said. That's it.
Well, if you want to live your life not questioning Cecil, all I can say to you is, Tina. Cecil's een massive poep. You get the contracts, Bob? Right? Now you can already add contracts. If you just think back to our bookshop, we are going to continue. Think of how we added the authors, and then think of how we're going to complete the books now. What do you need here to add a contract? First of all, contract number. Oh man, if you just look at, I must add a contract. What do you need first before you can even add a contract?
Need to know the person, the client.
Kim Skype says, before you can add a contract, you need a client. So somewhere in your system, you must have options where the user can set up a client. Right? Once you have a list of clients and you just got a contract, you can then select a client and then create a new contract for that client. Which is where this client number will come from. See? Okay? Once you have a legitimate contract, you can then assign a Hassan, when you have Booker at night now, what you must do is don't just eat the darls. In fact, if you avoid the darls, Hassan, if you avoid the darls and go straight for protein-rich food, it really sets you up for the next day. Because protein is what? Protein is brain food, yes, but if you just eat the darls and you have just some wursas and uva and dals, that is like, tastes delicious. Guys, for all the Muslims fasting out there, the student Muslims, it has no nutritional values because you need to now prepare already.
For the next day.
Prepare yourself for the next day. So you know that. It has full nutritional value in them, and it just makes you feel you want to duck after that. After you've had that darls. Like, you had the sweet, it just you get this insulin spike, and then you go. You're not breathing out, and then you go. And you just start. And then you go. And you sleep. Because your body can't go. But if instead, because you can basically eat anything you want as long as it's not as much as we allow, right? Yes. You eat protein. I'm helping. You eat protein. Protein will what? Slow burn. Your brain will. Tomorrow morning you wake up, no? And just before you must protein. Don't eat carbohydrates. Okay, have some carbs, but not
A 3-to-1.
not even. Don't have booger. Don't have a persistent just because it's there. Have protein. You You can have 2 fried eggs,
Tuna,
tuna,
chicken,
chicken,
steak.
steak, and have 2 or 3 glasses of water.
Come you first, sir. You go sit by the table and you tell me you're not going to eat this stuff.
So what are we talking about, Maya? Are we talking about me? Or are we talking about me wanting to help you?
You wanted to help us, but you don't know the situation you're in.
You know that I fasted once.
Fasted once.
Yes. And then I realized that every person on the face of the earth that practiced this fasting business, they all were fucked. The Muslims, the Christians, the Hindus, the Jews, alles allemaal bedorven. Why would you not eat?
It's a sacrifice that you make.
Why?
Because
That's why you
to show what type of person that you are.
know, what did you think?
We don't fast.
That's why we become Mama Sali.
New apostolic.
Yeah, you become new apostolic. But even you guys are fuck. What normal man would only go to church with one suit? You have no opportunity to stress. I want to, yeah, maybe. You can't, huh? You can only wear a black suit with a black tie. It is, man.
Strive okay.
Hey, man, I've been there, done that. I had two gibberser from that church.
Only if you're a minister, you have to.
You must wear that suit.
Oh,
I went once to that. Okay, I'm digressing. But you know,
Oh, don't, sir. Get to the point,
it's on the
man.
video. So the black tie. Yeah.
What?
I don't have to do that. You will know. What are we talking about, Cecil? But anyway, the protein, I'm not lying. So you can try it.
That is true.
Or you can deny it. Right? What? Or you can deny it. You can deny it. But what you're really objecting to is the self-control. Because when it comes to Buka, then you're already depleted. And so it's difficult to, your body almost insists, fuck, I'm going to go for the Buka. But if you just tell your body, okay, so worry, I'm in charge of you. And tomorrow I'm going to cut again when that drug comes. And I understand faculty saying because of that darrels and that some worse.
Okay, so enough now with that. I'm wasting my space on my phone.
Fuck you. Fuck that.
This is valuable space, sir.
Fuck me there also. Yeah. I don't even know what I was talking to you about.
About where the tables get drawn from.
You see the client, you must have the client, then you must create a new contract for the client and then you must assign something.
That's right. But how did I end off?
You must
Talking about dates.
Darrels, yes, darrels. So you need a client, right? One client can have
many
many
contracts.
contracts. And once you have a list of contracts, you can then assign a subcontractor, right? Now just watch. There is one subcontractor, at least one subcontractor to a contract. But depending on the size of the contract, you can assign more than one. Okay? Don't restrict, because what if a contract is 1,000,000 square meters? One drug can never finish it. Okay? So please don't restrict the user to one subcontractor per contract. Now immediately you should see something here. What should you see by just looking at this? Before you can assign a subcontractor, what must you have?
Client.
Very good. I'm going to ask it again.
Contract.
You must have contracts. Brilliant. You're all right. But before you can assign a subcontractor, what must you have?
Work.
Contract.
A contract pending. I know work
You
pending.
must have a list of subcontractors. Okay? So this is your foundation. What three things, what three components must your system have? You must be able to add a client. You must be able to add a contract. You must be able to add what?
Subcontract.
Add a subcontract. Immediately, you somewhere. Once you have a list of contractors or a list of subcontractors, you can add it to a contract. Once you have a list of clients, you can assign contracts. So everything else becomes easier. And once you have a list of contracts, you can now the pause is fucking academic, man. When teachers pause, he said, you can now. And then the teacher normally waits for the class to fill in the pause. Yeah? And you can now
Get the contract up and running. Get something. You draw something from that.
You must see the client.
Calculate things.
Oh yeah.
calculate things, Robert. So which means you can
Calculate.
Make money. And
Oh.
No, you mustn't think like that. You are only the programmer.
calculate things therefore they can
You can invoice. In other words, you know, have you noticed how you are, Maya? You are so naira. So, every time I say something and I come to a point, then you always come out loud and clear. I just say that. But up to that point, man, that I asked people, the only people I heard, Maya, was Robin. He mumbled some cuck thing. He was recording me, and then Ishan repeated what Robin was saying, but you didn't say anything. So if you want to say Maya to me, and right now you say, what are you saying, man? Huh? Sing again, fuck off. Let's continue. So if you want me to hear you, you must like, put some effort into it. Just, I said, oh, let's continue. You can invoice, you can invoice. See, he's a doers, but he's loud. I can hear him, man. You can also
Send the quote to the client.
send a quote to the client. You can quote. Now I heard you, man, loud and clear. Sorry?
equal to the client.
Good, let's sing.
Equal to the contract.
What else can you do?
Equal to the contract.
You can't quote in a contract, Robert.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But you can quote in order to obtain a contract. Normally a successful quote will land you a contract. Can I make it? Say yes.
Yes.
You're sitting there busy with your own cock and I have to put up with this. Yeah, come, I don't know where I am now. I'm just trying to help you with the functionalities. Okay? How many functionalities do you come? There should be more, a lot more. You see, if you can add, you can. No. You watch South Africa is talent?
Go on.
No, you
Look after
don't
you, watch South Africa is talent?
When
I
did you
don't watch
start?
it,
How would you want to watch it
Did
in
you
the
watch
first
it?
place?
Yeah, if you. Yeah,
Did you see him before?
yeah, it's good.
Is it? Did
Who?
When
Soon?
was it? The
I voted
30th?
for you.
That's not my voting status. No comment.
Yeah.
Now I'm back to the toilet.
What are you doing?
I'm telling you get back to
Think of your system and then you think of functionality. If you can add a client, okay? Once you allow the user to add clients, you can do other stuff for that one option. You can delete a client, you can edit clients, you can
Update.
browse clients, you can
Yeah.
find a client, you can.
Make it disappear.
I just said that we started to fucking add a client with. And right at the end you want to add another one.
You can draw up a
You can
contract.
add a client,
You can drop a contract for the client.
I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know.
Isn't that adding?
We added a client. Right now we have 10 clients. Are we just going to have the 10 clients, or are we going to add functionality to that? How's the user, if the client moves to another premises, how are you going to change the address? Edit client. So that is an additional functionality that sits on top of add a client. Okay? How are you going to, if you have 1,000 clients, how are you going to quickly just check whether this client, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be able to find a client, search, so that is already 3, right? If you just wanted to send out bulk mail and newsletter, you must be able to view specific things only of a client. That only a contact list or only an address list, etc., etc. You can build a long list of functionalities just around one thing. You understand? So when you run that thing, that drop-down menus, you must almost be out of space when that Cecil must stand there amazed. Oh, I didn't know you could. Net. Yeah, take a pull. Take 2.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay? Yes, Rob?
Oh, sorry, stretching.
Stretching again. Don't know what else you can do. But this is not it. There's many more things. You also need to cater for the stock.
Oh, you do too much stuff.
It sounds like it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Because you think in a particular way.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot. These things, if you watch the way we build the bookstore, the work is really only here, like add a client, add a subcontractor, add a contractor. Once that is done, everything is just drag and drop a grid, make it look nice, add a few buttons, finish. And because you have now a newfound skill, master pages, right? Master pages. You're only going to design
One page.
one page. The rest is just
Drag and drop.
Whereas before, you were very, very done, and you would design a page for each of that function. Isn't it so? Isn't it so? But isn't it so?
Yeah.
So your work is probably down to a third. So right now you need to start using your brain and start working smarter. Not harder. You must. If I could trust you, then we would do class libraries. Then it's even less work. Then you write libraries and you just drag and drop it onto your
Why
phone.
did you trust that?
Because you are like
You need to learn the hard way.
it's not a hard way.
Not the hard way, but
Like looks like you can understand this kind of stuff. Now I can become arrogant and I trust that you have the cognitive ability, and then I lose you completely when we do libraries, and then I fuck up everything, and then I walk here and I never speak to you again. I don't even greet you in the passage. It's like it really exists for me. So let's just continue along this line.
Oh, so that's hardcore. That's cold.
Is it cold?
But okay,
But
go
now
on.
you have it on video that I said that.
No one's gonna see this video but me.
But I'm just saying, you can pray it and you take a couple. Ow, it's always a rude.
Nah, it's tijdelijk.
You'll find that this stuff, this stuff just becomes ridiculously easy. And then hopefully, if we start touching on mobile technologies, then we will come back and visit class libraries. Especially if we want to report. Right now, this system doesn't have a reporting feature. You with me? But at some point in the real world, somebody is going to want to print something. How are you going to do it? Okay? But we just park that so long. Just do the system. Then we see what you produce, and then if it's good enough, then we introduce reporting. If it's not good enough, then introducing reporting is a complete waste of my time, and it will just break you down further. Okay? So do you have any other questions you want to ask me? Is this a good stop?
That's a good footer.
Good.
But can you just carry on with the stock?
But the stock.
Of the stock.
The stock looks like it's separate, right, from your contract. But it is not a stock file. You must now sit down, Robin, and think what will be in a stock table. Yes, Maya.
So you're going to be more than one stock supply or so.
Stock would mean that you get it from a supplier. Yes. So you would have a supplier.
So each of that subcontractors is going to go to the same supplier for stock.
No. Your subcontractors has nothing to do with your stock.
But then where are they going to get their material?
From Cecil. Cecil will say, the job is over there, there's your materials, go fit it.
Go work.
Okay, go and do the job. The subcontractors is only labor. Okay? Like they are like donkeys, but Cecil pays them well, so he doesn't see them as donkeys. But your supplier feeds into your stock. Okay? So what Cecil wants to do, at any one time, he must be able to see what is in stock and what he must reorder. So each stock item
must have names.
normally, Robin, has a reorder level. You work at Woolworths, right? So their reorder for the level for the perishable items is very high. In fact, it's not really a quantity, it is more a date. Okay?
The subcontractors are swimming their money like Cecil.
No. Only Cecil is allowed to swim in money. The others can look at him and be envious and aspire to be like that, but only Cecil swims. Any other questions, Robin? Does it help you with the stock? So the stock isn't directly related to a contract. I think I asked this question before. Does your contract contain your stock? No, it doesn't. But Cecil must know that any particular contract that requires stock, he must be able to see, does he have that stock in order to deliver on the contract? Yes.
So the subcontractor out of stock, you don't go to the supplier.
He doesn't. He phones the project manager, who probably works for Cecil, to say, look, Mr. Sumaya, I'm running out of IBR sheets, 6 meter lengths, can you organize? And Sumaya will say, yeah, wait, I'm just going to check my stock levels, if I have in stock, otherwise I must order for you. Okay, hold the line, and then you look at it, say, okay, there's 6 sheets available, come and fetch it, I'll order more for tomorrow. Okay? But you must be able to see it from your system. Okay? And then if you reorder, you click on that stock item, it will give you a list of suppliers that supplies you with that particular item. Okay? So this system, it is a tiered system. So you always have systems within systems like that. It would appear that this stock system is separate from this system, and then your subcontractors is different from your clients and contractors. Yes,
So then, you must go your labor and you must pay them for...
your labor rate is in your contract. See, you have a claim rate, which is to who? See, your claim rate is to your client. Your labor rate is to your... If you watch the drawing, did you eat protein yesterday? You didn't, but if you follow the arrows, yeah, I indicated it. Right? Yeah. So if a subcontractor claims, this is his rate. Okay? Any other questions? You're making so much of this, we must still write another system. This is a pussy system. Okay. Who started? Yes? Cecil? I can't come there, sir. But who started?
Now I want you to see something.
No, I just want to know who started that. Who started?
What?
Who at least has an interface? Okay, I'm not Mrs. Bauer. I will have you all fucking deregistered and then thrown out of this house. Yeah. First of all. Right? And especially you, Mr. Video. Right? Mr. Video, don't press pause, man. Yeah? You can't wait. You can't wait.
There's a group project.
I'm going to go back to the bookstore
And a book.
and then add a book to an author. And then if time allows us, we will update the stock view with update statements. then that's almost enough, more than enough,
To finish it.
to finish Cecil.
I hope so.
But we won't stop there, we will continue with the book until we have a complete book system. Yes.
That's a group project.
This is not a group project. This is too pussy for a group project. Also, what happens in group projects is the weaker person will hide behind the stronger person, and then you all get that same mark. Any other questions you want to ask? But you may work in groups, but you will demo.
Individually.
Again in the auditorium.
No, not yet, only when your project is finished. And then,
Next week's only the prototype.
next week is a prototype. We sit, you go take your stuff in front, you run us through it, we laugh at you, we make gat. You have a minute.
Minute only.
A minute. A minute to win it. And don't worry, this time we will have a home,
Really?
because it is just us.
Oh, yeah, but that's
We can have a buzzer also,
that's
but
great.
Buzzer will be
buzzer? Yes, buzzer. Okay.
Stones was het grote en de first
No, we won't have stones for a while. See our business ideas, it's like stoning people.
No, Cecil, you can bring fruit.
We have a couple of stoners on stage.
Yes. So the 15th is looming.
So then we still
Maar je kunt er 16 in.
So what I can do is I can have a list of contact numbers with your parents' details on there, your guardian details or whatever.
Dat lijkt niet in.
Yeah, I'm just phoning them to say, look here, can you listen to the cock your child is talking? I have to go through it.
Hier kunnen zo weg, maar die doe je
It's talking nonsense. This is for my eyes only.
I don't care, Monique, who you show this video to.
This is for me, sir.
I'm just saying, you can put it on YouTube.
You become famous,
You
you.
would dance.
You become famous, sir. No, I won't. Oh, this is my video. This is to help me, not to help someone else. It's me.
You're just gonna share it around the class.
Family Guy. You see that one? He says, Roger. You see that one? Roger. Roger, out, over, out. Say, Roger, fuck you, man. Wait. Do you watch Family Guy? No. I like farts. Dun farts, great farts, dun farts, small farts, stink farts. I like farts. I like farts. I like farts.
Who is that, the father?
Yes. I like farts. I like farts.
Are we done, sir?
I am done. I just want to revisit the bookstore. Let me show you what we must all do so that you don't lose me. I won't be able to speak to you. But at least, as I'm doing it, you'll understand the logic. You agree? You agree?
Agreed.
What are you agreeing to?
Fuck off.
What you say?
Logic.
We have successfully done the following. Master pages, you can do with your eyes closed, right?
Yes.
We started this thing, we called it a bookshop. Okay? In this bookshop, we've done what?
List of authors.
We successfully added a author.
Added a book.
And in this thing, we've learned quite a few things. Right? You've learned that this relationship business is not nonsense. Overrated. Right? You can spend days trying to establish relationships. But as in human relationships,